Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's your brother Gil Armani with another episode of mytaskia.com, answering your questions. And today's question is a very important one from a brother. The brother is saying, what's the difference between homosexuality and HOCD, which is homosexual obsessive compulsive disorder? So when we look at the difference, first of all, homosexuality, straightforward, what's called basically the attraction of a man towards another man or a woman towards a woman. Same-sex attraction, SSA. This is in fantasies, this is in actual behavior, and so on. So a person is basically homosexual, a man or a woman, gay or lesbian. So that's someone having these desires, the sexual desires, the want, the need to be intimate with a person of the same gender. There's also, of course, a scale that defines how homosexual a person is. So a person can be on one extreme of the scale as heterosexual and on the other side towards homosexual. So the more they move towards, in the middle, bisexual. You've heard about this. Depends. It depends. Of course, first and foremost, we know that all this is impermissible. I mean, even slight inclinations, impermissible in Islam. People have talked about what about just if you have the desire and you don't act upon it. Of course, a Muslim is held accountable first and foremost by his actions. But if he harbors desires towards the same gender, or any desire that is haram in that sense, of course, this can lead him to action. And that's why the ulama of tazkiyat nafs have talked about the feelings that a person harbors in themselves and how they'll basically anything that can lead to haram can itself become haram. Can itself become haram. I'm going to be very careful here with the word can, so I don't just say something is outright there, because a lot of people will oppose me from the fuqaha the people of today's society, they do tend to lean towards saying, oh, it's okay if you have the feelings and the emotions as long as you don't act upon it. Well, as a counselor, I'll tell you that most people will act upon it, even if it's not in zina, if it's just through pornography, which will reinforce the desire and the strength and can lead to action. Very simple. So personally, I'm against the act, of course, but also against the harboring the feelings or thinking that, well, as long if I just have the desires, well, I can't control it. I was born like this. Sheikh so-and-so said that it's okay to have the desires as long as you don't act upon it. It's easy for him to say as a heterosexual desiring women that it's okay if you're a homosexual and have those desires as long as you don't act upon it. It's like me saying to him, okay, Sheikh so-and-so from Texas, it's okay for you to have desires toward women, but forget about ever sleeping with a woman or ever looking at a woman. It's never going to happen. These people sadly don't understand when it comes to the reality of dealing with homosexuals and people who suffer from SSA. Now let's look though into HOCD, homosexual obsessive compulsive disorder. Now this is the excessive fear of becoming homosexual or of homosexuals being attracted to you, or of people finding out that you might be having these thoughts. You're always constantly thinking, oh, is this person gay? Or am I gay? Oh, am I gay because I look at them? Oh, that guy is handsome. Oh, am I gay now because I thought he's handsome? Oh, what if my parents find out I'm gay? Or that they find out that I'm thinking about this? Oh, right? So your mind is constantly drilling. And they're uncontrolled thoughts that are very disturbing and can lead to compulsion, and in the form of always checking. You always have to check. You always have to. And some people even go to the extent of experiencing homosexual relationships to make sure whether they're gay or not. To look at gay porn, for example, to see whether I'm actually gay or not. So some people go to that extent, right? They're gonna always in their mind is just ticking everywhere. They're out in social settings. Oh, is that person gay? Oh, am I gay because I asked that? Oh, what if my friend knows that I've asked that? Is he gonna think I'm gay? Like this constant. They're very intrusive thoughts and very hurtful, damaging thoughts, because you cannot focus. if you know anything about OCD, which is usually related to cleanliness, to washing, to many different things, now remove all those things that you would be concerned with in OCD and add just homosexuality, the thought of homosexuality, of being homosexual. Interesting thing though, that a person has to know, the main distinction is that these people might actually have fantasies of heterosexual nature. Yet still, even that, so they're fantasizing about women, their dreams, for example, are about of sexual nature, are about women. We're talking about men, right? Men towards women. Yet still they cannot shave that off, that no, I'm straight, like I'm fantasizing about women, I want women, I'm only intimate with women, but my mind is constantly thinking about homosexuality. Why? Right? So people with HOCD fantasize in their dreams, think about women, are attracted sexually to women. But in their mind, they're thinking about whether they are gay or not, or whether this one's gay or not, or whether whatever people think about them, that they're gay or not. You understand? Another thing is that HOCD does not lead to being turned on. So fantasies lead to being turned on. HOCD doesn't. Actually has a counter effect. Because of that anxiety, it lowers sexual desire. That's a very important point to keep in mind. Another point is, it seems that science shows that it's more prevalent, HOCD is more prevalent in men than in women. And I think, again, I will release one video, I'm not sure when this will be released, about why women turn more to lesbianism and why it's so simple. I think women don't have that thought like, oh my God, if I saw a girl that's beautiful and I find that she's attractive or she's beautiful, right? Women will say, oh, look at her, she's attractive, oh, she's sexy, oh, she's beautiful. And they're not going to doubt themselves that I'm not straight. Actually, it goes to the point that, I mean, I don't know if I should mention it here. Some of these things sometimes I have to pull myself from mentioning because people are not ready to understand the reality. But a lot of women will engage in certain homosexual behavior, but they will consider themselves as, I'm straight. So that's a huge thing. And data, again, keeps to validate what these theories are, that there is a difference between men and women. But in men, it's happening because men have this, right? It's like this personal ego, like how can I, it's just very, very bad. It affects my masculinity. For women, if they have somehow close to semi-homosexual desires or tendencies, they're not going to really doubt themselves and saying, well, am I really gay because I found her attractive? It's normal for women, right? So it seems to be more with men. The moral compass of the man when it comes to sexuality seems to be more acute, and it's a bigger embarrassment as well for a man to be a homosexual as opposed to a woman being a lesbian or bisexual. It's more like welcoming by culture. So men will have this obsessive compulsive disorder, HOCD, more prevalent. But again, keep in mind, there's no attraction, there's no desire, there's no fantasy, so it's not homosexuality. You're not gay. Stop looking at gay porn, or stop looking at men or trying to check them out or to see if you're going to be aroused or not, or all these things that some people with HOCD might be doing, right? And just have to reset and just be firm and convicted that you are straight. All the data shows, all the evidence that you are going through shows that you're just suffering from HOCD, and you have to treat it like OCD is being treated. And again, I wouldn't be just telling people, anyone left and right, that, oh, I have these thoughts and so on, because people don't understand the difference. They're not educated in doing so, and they might judge you, which will add more anxiety to what you are going through. Jazakallah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.